Yeah, know y'all feeling that track there. Let me give a shout out to the boy Fuego for hooking us up with this track. Appreciate you, man. And not only that, love you for that. All right. What's going on, everybody? What's up? What's happening? Welcome to another edition of the dopest podcast on the web. He's Marlon, and I'm Martell, and we about to take y'all ass deep downfield. Marlon, what's happening, man?
What's going on?
Man, I can't call it everything. Just trying to make it, man.
I hear you.
Man, you surviving this damn pandemic?
Yeah, yes, sir. You know, most definitely staying corona-free.
Yes, sir, but I got a corona.
We say you drinking on the corona.
Man, plenty. Hey, that's what helped get me through this.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, we got a pretty dope show for y'all today. Yeah, Marlon, go ahead and let these folk know what we got cooking today.
All right, well, today we're going to, give our input on this top 100 that the NFL posted out, and, we're going to jump into some college, football news and stuff like that. So, whenever you're ready to start out, how you feel about this top 100, man, you can go ahead.
Yeah, I got some things I need to talk about on that top 100. Some shit just ain't smelling quite right to me on this, man.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to start it off like this. Your guy.
And who is the guy? Ain't my guy. It ain't my guy.
Yeah, Todd motherfucking Gurley.
Oh.
Yeah, that guy. How you in the damn top 100, man? You ain't.
Oh, man.
Man, you ain't really did much of nothing, man. I ain't know you was playing this past season.
Yeah. I'm kind of shocked at that myself. I mean, man, what is he ranked?
This cat is ranked number 51.
51 or 57?
51.
Is it? Man.
51. Well, let's verify that. Because I don't want to put my foot in my mouth, though, but, and I saw 51. I could have been drinking a little bit when I seen this, but.
Yeah. 51.
So, Todd Gurley is a top 51 player in the whole NFL. I find it hard to believe, man. Hey, I ain't trying to bash the brother none, but I'm just going by what you put on tape.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at what he was 2 years, 3 years ago, how dominant he was, and of course he had the knee injuries and this, that, or whatever, but yeah, and after that Super Bowl performance, yeah, you shouldn't be on no top 100 at all.
Let alone 51, right?
Right. Nah, they put you somewhere in the, 80s and 90s. Okay, I can accept that, but no, not 51. No. I probably can think of a place for him, but it's outside the top 100. Well, like 151.
Yeah, I think that's more like a speed right there.
I mean, I do hope that he comes back and be the player that he was, but as the way it's looking right now, I don't know. And then, St. Louis basically gave up on him and let him walk.
Yeah.
Now you with the ATL Falcons and I don't know.
Yeah, that's saying a lot too, man. That they actually gave him a nice piece of change and then let him go, 2 years after? Yeah, because like you said, a couple of years ago, he was a dominant back.
Right.
That Super Bowl performance, And even when they played in the NFC Championship game, man, he was a no-show.
Right.
So what I seen last year was not worthy of a number 51 placement on the top 100.
I agree. Because these supposed to be the best of the best, and basically they going off of his past.
Right on.
They don't want to hurt his feelings or something, but I mean, if you're not that guy no more, you're just not that guy.
Just not that guy. Yeah.
And especially to be ranked 51. Like,
Yeah, I think he had 800 yards or something like that.
Yeah.
What I seen.
Yeah, he had 857 rushing with a total of 14 touchdowns. So, I mean,
bro, that shit that snuck up on me. I didn't think he had that many touchdowns.
Yeah, so I think he had 12 rushing and maybe 2 receiving, but still, it's like you wasn't that dominant player like you was a couple of years ago. And I don't know if they use you in situational packages to where you just, come in, get a couple of yards, and, they get on the goal line and you 10 yards touchdown or something like that. But yeah, 800 some yards rushing. Yeah, you not the same guy.
Nah.
And for you to be 51, I'm not agreeing with that at all.
Yeah, the people behind him should feel slighted, man.
Right, and one particular person is Joe Mixon.
Okay,
I mean, you had 1,137 yards rushing. You had 8 total touchdowns. Now, even though the Bengals ended up with the number 1 pick, which means they sucked, but you still had, more rushing yards than Todd Gurley. And if he made 51 and Joe Mixon didn't make the list at all, I mean, that says something to me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, come on now.
Yeah.
You got to give a player, his props. I mean, yeah, true enough, Mixon probably didn't start off the season the way he wanted to, but, he did finish strong. And, yeah, I just don't see it.
Yeah, I don't either, man. That's so disrespectful. I mean, the stats speak for himself.
Right.
You got Mixon, he did have a great season, man. A real good season. Cincinnati just didn't have a good season overall, but he put in work.
Right. So who else you got an issue with being on this top 100?
Well, let me say this, though. I'm looking at this list, and I see my man Stephon Diggs.
Mm-hmm.
They got my guy ranked number 54. He's a hell of a ball player. And I'm going to say this first. I ain't never met a Diggs that was number 54 in anything. Shit, you ought to be ranked number 25 off your last name alone, Diggs. He faced a lot of double team this year because his running mate Adam Thielen was out.
Right.
Quite a bit of ankle issues. And was it a knee too? Or just ankles?
I can't remember what it was. I think it might have been hamstring.
Hamstring? Yeah, soft tissue problems. Yeah, because he was in and out the lineup quite a bit. So he got a lot of double teams. I know he only had 6 touchdowns receiving. He had 1,100 yards. Yeah, that's pretty good. Then you playing with Kirk Cousins,
Right.
Not a real big fan of Kirk Cousins, but, we'll say that for another topic. What about you?
My issue is with Carson Wentz.
Okay.
Now, Carson Wentz didn't make the top 100. Mm-hmm. But if you look at the stats of Kyler Murray, that was ranked 90, Josh Allen, that was ranked 87, Ryan Tannehill, that was ranked 86, and of course, Kirk Cousins, Jimmy Garoppolo, and even Deshaun Watson. His numbers are better than those. And he took his team to the playoffs.
True that.
Now, of course, Dak Prescott, was ranked 46. He threw for 4,900 yards, 30 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. But, your team didn't make the playoffs.
Not at all. And then on top of that, not to cut you off, but Wentz also, he didn't have no weaponry, man. All his weapons was out.
Right.
And he still thumped Dallas.
Right.
With pretty much me, you, and a couple of more partners from South Memphis.
Right.
That's all he had in the lineup.
Yeah. He had a banged up wide receiver core. And, he still threw for 4,039 yards, 27 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions. So I just don't see how he was left off the top 100.
Yeah, check that out, man. That is an insult, though. I'm not an Eagles fan, but, the boy put in work, though,
Right. I mean, you just got to, as they say, numbers don't lie. And, if he put up better stats than the people that I called out, especially Ryan Tannehill, Now, he took his team to, the AFC Championship game, but still.
Wait a minute, bro. Ryan Tannehill is a top 100 player.
That's what the list say. So, like I said, outside of, Josh Allen, Tannehill, Kirk Cousins, Garoppolo, Deshaun Watson, they took their team to the playoffs as well.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray was 90, so he didn't take his team to the playoffs, but I just feel like Carson Wentz should have been somewhere on there between 40 and 90 at least.
Yeah. I know one spot he should have had off top, number 51.
Who was number 51?
Todd Gurley.
Yeah, I agree.
Todd Gurley holding his spot, man.
Yeah. So that's just my beef with that,
Yeah, you got a legitimate gripe there, though, because, man, he put in work last year.
Yeah. He got a little history of being hurt and stuff, too, but, still, when you take your team to the playoffs, you just at least deserve somewhere to be on the top 100.
Mm-hmm.
So, especially over players that didn't even have their teams make the playoffs. So, that's just my take on it.
True that. I mean, Dak Prescott, number 46, he had a damn good season.
Right.
I can't hate on him. He had a damn good season. He had 4,900 yards, like you said, 30 touches, 11 picks. And my guy, Jimmy G, was number 43.
Right.
And he had a okay season coming off ACL. I give him a hard time because I'm a Niner fan. As a Niner fan, we expect excellence. We've been spoiled with Joe Montana and Steve Young. And, so I give him a hard time for that because I always compare any quarterback that we had to those two, which probably is unfair for that guy. But, yeah, he had 27 touches, 13 picks, just 924 yards difference from Dak Prescott. And what I'm touching on is Dak asking for $40 million a year. And my guy only getting 23 a year.
Dak asking for 40?
40 a year. That's what he want.
I didn't know that.
So, I'm just comparing the numbers, 40 mil a year, man. I expect 5,900 yards and probably a 50-piece touchdown and 6 interceptions. But, but then you rank number 46 in the NFL, but you want 40.
Right.
But
so who led the NFL in passing?
I think it was your guy, Jameis.
Famous Jameis.
So
only player in the NFL that got his own 30 for 30 piece. 33 touchdowns and 30 interceptions. Wow. That's
interesting. Very interesting.
Man, you take half of them interceptions away, we might have made the playoffs.
Oh, ain't no might about it. Would have been in it.
So, yeah, that's
Yeah. Where Jameis end up at?
New Orleans.
Okay.
Yeah, back up.
So y'all got to see him twice a year.
Yeah, I don't see him touching the field. To be honest,
Hey, I'm gonna go on the limb and say this, man. Drew Brees, your days are numbered, buddy.
Not with Jameis as the backup, it ain't.
Yeah.
Nah, his days are numbered just because he old.
That's what I'm getting at. You know, not because of performance from Jameis, but I'm just saying, man, you getting long in the tooth, and yeah, you missed a couple of games last year, and we had what's my guy name? Teddy.
Yeah, Teddy came in and did a great job.
Did a real good job.
I was kind of shocked that they, pulled him, with one more week that, they could have let Drew Brees rest, but they felt like they had to go on, put him on out there. But yeah, Teddy, he moved on to Carolina, and, he getting paid, so I guess it worked out for him.
Hey, that's the bottom line.
But that Taysom Hill gonna touch the field before Jameis.
Man, and you know something, man. That's absolutely right what you said, and I see that as well. But this guy Taysom Hill, he kind of put me in the mind of a Tebow or something. Man, you just a gadget player.
Well, I mean, Tebow wanted to be a quarterback, which we all know he's not. Mm-hmm. And I feel like if Tebow would have accepted whatever role outside of quarterback they would have gave him, he probably would still be in the league. Kind of like Taysom Hill, because he kind of a, multi-purpose type player. He run the ball, he throw the ball, catch the ball. Mm-hmm. I don't know how good Tebow's hands were, but, I mean, you never was a quarterback, bro. And that's why you playing baseball, I guess.
In the minors.
Right. I'm not really sure if you're a good baseball player, but it is what it is.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And sticking with this NFL Top 100, another thing I seen that kind of threw me for a loop, my guy Aaron Donald. I feel like he should have been in the top 3. Probably the top 2, to be honest with you.
I mean, he was in the top 3. He was number 3.
Oh, he was number 3. Okay. I thought he was number 4. My bad.
Nah.
Yeah.
The top 10 list that was put out there, from 5 to 10, I could say they could go either way.
Yeah.
You can flip-flop that all the way around. It wouldn't matter. But 1 through 4, yeah, I got an issue with that, because as good as Lamar Jackson is, I don't think he should have been number 1. My vote goes to Patrick Mahomes, because, you just won a Super Bowl.
Okay.
Lamar Jackson took your team to the playoffs twice, and you don't even have a playoff win.
Don't have a win. Check it out.
Yeah. So I'll put Lamar at 4.
Okay.
And I'll put Patrick Mahomes at 1. Now, as far as this Russell Wilson and Aaron Donald,
I got Aaron Donald ahead of him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I would most definitely put Aaron Donald at 2.
Yeah, most definitely.
And put Russell at 3. So, yeah, that's the way I feel about that. Now, Michael Thomas at 5, McCaffrey at 6, Kittle 7, DeAndre 8, Gilmore 9, and Derrick Henry at 10. I mean, if you was to move that around, I wouldn't have no issue with wherever they put those players, because, both of them, all of them had great seasons.
Yeah.
So if you want to put Kittle at 6 and DeAndre at 6 or Derrick Henry at 6, I'm cool with that.
Yeah. Derrick Henry, he a beast, man. He had an outstanding season too.
Yeah, because I know good and well if he come running towards me at 250 pounds,
you got to make a business decision, right?
Man, I might have to whiff on that one.
With you, brother.
Just go and take that cussing out from coach on the sideline.
Yeah.
Marlon, what the hell? Hey, 250.
Like, you go tackle this big mama.
Man, I don't want to be on no Sports Center top 10 of somebody getting ran over.
Oh, my goodness, man. He just punished Jacksonville every time they play him, man.
I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah, man.
So I'm just going to leave, hey, I tried. I might grab a leg or something and try to hold on for dear life till some help comes.
Right.
But other than that, I'm whiffing.
Yeah. But, heading back to my guy, Aaron Donald, even though he played for the Rams, but this guy is actually a game changer, man. You can't really plan for this guy.
Because he finished number 1 last year, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so he just dominated, all the way across the board. So, like I said, Russell Wilson is a great player, but I wouldn't put him over Aaron Donald.
Nah, I wouldn't either.
So, most definitely, like I said, Mahomes most definitely going to go number 1 on my book because, he just won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, so, I think maybe they, feel like Lamar was the MVP this year, so I guess by him having that title, that makes him the best player in the NFL this year. So
he is most definitely a threat. He is a threat, and I'm not even gonna lie. His passing is kind of shocked me.
Yeah.
He's not pinpoint accurate, but he's getting the ball to where it needs to be into the players, in his playmakers' hands, and that's what the MVP does.
Yeah, and I think the knock on him, which probably knocked him out the playoff, was he can't throw to the hashes. It's in the middle. Everything's in the middle to the tight ends and stuff. So, I guess they figure if they can take the tight ends away from him and make him, go down the field, you probably can have a better chance of containing them.
Yeah, because the rookie Hollywood had a, pretty decent season, but they most definitely need some more weapons for him to just take his game to the next level because the running game is on point.
Absolutely.
So once he, get some more weapons around him and start, putting that ball downfield, he most definitely going to be unstoppable, especially with his scrambling ability. So
yeah. That's another thing for him. You can plan to take that away from him, but, once you see him up close and see him do what he do, no, you can't do that.
Yeah. That's almost kind of hard to do.
Yeah, you can't do that. It sound good.
Right.
Yeah. What else you got?
Another player that I was kind of shocked that didn't make the top 100 was Kenny Golladay from Detroit.
Oh.
So, of course, I compared his numbers to Amari Cooper, which was ranked 49.
Okay.
So, Amari Cooper had 79 receptions for 1,189 yards and 8 touchdowns.
Okay.
Kenny Golladay had 65 receptions for 1,190 yards and 11 touchdowns. So, my thing of it is if Amari Cooper can make it as a top 50 player and Kenny Holiday's stats is basically better with less receptions, then he should at least made it too. I ain't saying he should be a top 50, but he should have made the list at least.
Yeah.
So, that's my thing.
I definitely feel you on that. Yeah, he had a good season too, man. And the boy, man, he got game.
Right, and if you look at it, didn't they have like 3 different starting quarterbacks through the season?
Mm-hmm.
So,
sure did.
I mean, come on now. Give the player his props, man, especially when he don't have the quarterback that he, has compared to all these other players. The man still put up good numbers.
Absolutely. Now, that speaks volume of the talent that he got. Anytime you can throw different quarterbacks in there and you still produce.
Right.
You got to look at that.
And he didn't have a game when he didn't have 0 catches.
Cooper.
Unlike Amari. So,
yeah, man, you can't be a number 1 and you get shit out, man.
Right. So, that's just my gripe,
Hey, bro, you got some legitimate gripes, man. Hey, I'm with you. I'm going to get in that boat with you, man. Yes, sir. I'm going to get in that boat with you.
Now, I know it's been, a lot of players that has opted out of the season. I think it was a total of 66.
Mm-hmm.
And, the most notable players are, Devin Funchins from Green Bay, Allen Hurns from Miami, Dante Hightower, Patrick Chung, Marquise Lee from New England, Damian Williams from Kansas City, Nate Solder, lineman for the Giants, and C.J. Mosley for the Jets. So with those players, sitting out, how's their salary, going to work out with them sitting out like that?
Well, based on what I've heard, that if you an at-risk player, meaning that you got some kind of pending condition or something that could, affect you quite differently than just say a normal person such as you and myself, you would get $350,000 a year.
Okay.
That's a nice piece of change for me, but I know those guys, they used to bringing home millions a year. So,
right.
And then if you don't have any pending conditions or anything like that, you're only gonna make $150,000 a year. So
that's a big decision to make, for players that's not at risk,
It is. It is a very big decision. I see a lot of these cats, man, that actually opted out. People starting to ride them and, talk bad about their decision.
Yeah, because Deion Sanders posted something on Twitter about that, and to me that's unfair because, you got to look at these players. I mean, they making a decision based on, their health situation, or they don't want to be in no environment where they can, catch COVID-19 and get sick. So you can't, criticize a player because he made a decision what he felt was best for him and his family.
Right.
So, yeah, that's wrong. And, a lot of players, they got health conditions that we don't know about.
Right on.
And, you just can't do that.
Yeah. It don't make sense for me. People be passing these judgments on people, man. You not walking in their shoes, so you don't know what they dealing with and what they got to go through.
Exactly.
Just like you mentioned, they got families and stuff, I'm sure elderly parents and grandparents. So if they want to be around them, they can't bring that over there to them.
Right, exactly. And another thing that I had an issue with is like, when one of the players' wives, finna go in labor and, they decide they still gonna play. I'm like, having a child, man, is a beautiful thing.
Right.
And just to be there and experience that, especially if you just have one child, that's something you'll never be able to experience. If you miss out on that, you can always play next week in a football game.
Yep.
So, you got to be there for your kid, man.
Absolutely. I agree 100%. I feel like, if that's the case, then let that guy go ahead on and, be with his family during the birth of his child.
Exactly.
And then when he comes back, then you just quarantine him and, test him again. That's all you got to do.
Right.
So it's not rocket science or metaphysics or nothing.
So, you can't, take it out on these players, man, that made that decision. They, I'm pretty sure it was a hard decision for them because they love the game just like everybody else, but they just had to make a decision was, like I said, what's best for them.
Hey, man, I ain't never got a problem with nobody that's making a decision for themselves and their family.
Right.
Hey, he's a man. He made a grown man decisions. Hey,
exactly.
Leave it at that.
Exactly.
But, that speaks volume of the people who's criticizing them for, a selfless act, thinking about others rather than themselves,
Right. Because if I was a teammate of one of these players, I would support them 100%.
No doubt.
Hey, we going to still be here, we going to play this game and if we win it, you still get a ring, in my opinion.
Yeah,
you know, even though you weren't out here grinding with us, but you know, you still my teammate.
Yep, you still on the team.
Yeah, so you had to, you know, do this what was best for you, like I said. So I'm not gonna have no issues with it.
Nah, me either. And you know, when I was, you know, looking at this situation, you know, I thought about myself. What would I do if I was in the NFL and had a chance to, you know, make these millions and millions of dollars every year, and then we had this pandemic? Would I opt out or would I opt in?
Right.
The only thing I can come up with is, if we talking about the Martell at my present age, hell no, I ain't playing. I probably will retire behind this shit. But if I'm the young Martell, you know, second or third year, I probably would play because I need every dime I can get.
Right.
You know.
Right. And I know for a fact that I probably would play too because of the love of the game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I used to play flag football, and I used to be out there every Sunday, not getting a penny, snatching flags. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But we was out there for the love of the game.
Absolutely.
You know, so
that's what you play for first, the love of the game. Then the salary come later, much later.
So that's how that goes, man. I mean, you can't get mad at these players, man.
Not at all. You know, I would like to hear from some of the other people out there in the world, you know, just to get their, you know, opinion on what they think. You know, should you criticize these people for making these decisions?
Right.
You know, but me personally, I'm like this. You're grown, you make your own decision, and at the end of the day, you live with that decision.
Right.
So I'm not the judge of anybody, so I'm not going to chastise nobody for doing what they want to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you feel the same way we feel, you can reach us on Twitter at Deep Down South, Deepdownfield, and also on Facebook as well. You know, we're trying to get this social media thing going. So, like I said, if you want to reach out and hit us up and, you know, just, you know, leave a comment on how you feel, when we cool with that.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you won't get chastised for your comments, you know.
Right.
But, you know, like I said, at the end of the day, you're a grown man, you make grown man decisions, you live by that decision.
Right. So, you know, while we talking about opting out, you know, there's a couple of college players that decided they was going to opt out of the season. One is Michael Parsons from Penn State. Mm-hmm. You know, he's considered a top 10 talent. Mm-hmm. Gregory Rosillo from
the U.
Yeah, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing his name right, but you know, he's most definitely considered a top 10 talent. Then you got Caleb Fairley and Rashad Bateman. I think one of them from Virginia Tech and the other one from Minnesota, I believe. Mm-hmm. You know, both of them considered, you know, first round picks as well. So if you were a college player and you decided to opt out, I mean, would you make that decision?
Wow. Yeah, I mean, if I'm a top 10 player and my stock is solidified, you know, I probably would opt out, you know, just banking on not getting injured and all that type of stuff. And, of course, with the COVID going on, you know, I want to make sure I'm healthy as I can possibly be. But if I'm not a top 10 pick or my stock is not solidified, man, I'm out there grinding, man.
Right.
I'm out there grinding.
I agree most definitely because, I mean, and I know a lot of these conferences are just going strictly to conference games. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it's not like, well, I guess it will be a season, but we're not 100% sure yet. But, I mean, if it is, I mean, 10 games, that's still less than what you would normally play in a season anyway.
Right.
And I think, you know, if you make a bowl game or make the playoffs, you 15, 14 games possibly, and you only playing 10 conference games. I'm not even sure if they're going to even have bowl games this year.
Oh, yeah. I didn't think about that one.
So,
That's
I mean, you playing 10 conference games, I mean, you know, it's a hard decision.
Yeah.
And, you know, they make decision to where, you know, yeah, I'm just going to sit out this season and, you know, hopefully when the combine come around, they can, you know, do whatever to, you know, make their stock rise up. But me personally, I'll probably be out there.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, just for the love of the game, you know. So, but they had to make a business decision as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. One thing, you know, they may want to take into consideration that you're only good as your last film. So, I mean, just because you had that type of season last year don't mean that you was going to have that season this year.
That's true. That's true. You could have a dominant season or you could have a lackluster season. But, I mean, most of these NFL players, you know, they got so much game tape on these people that, you know, they know, you know, what type of player they is. And plus, you know, once they go to the combine and, you know, run their 40s and do all the little drills and this, that, or whatever, they know.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a business decision.
Yeah, it is. All the way around. All the way around.
And, you know, I hope it is a season. But if not, then that means everybody going to be sitting at home.
Man.
And that would really suck, but.
Yeah, man. I had to find something else to do with my time on Sundays and Saturdays then.
Right. You know.
Man, like mow the yard or something.
Right.
Watch the grass grow, watch paint dry.
You know, me, I hate yard work, so.
Yeah, I do too.
Oh, yeah. That's just not me.
Yeah, not me either, man. You know, my stepdad, man, he used to do landscaping and stuff, so I used to be out there with him on some Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Man, I hated this shit. Man, we went to so many houses one time, man, you know, doing yard work.
Yeah.
I don't know what he made, though, but he gave me $25.
Oh, man, that's crazy.
I mean, we would go, man, from probably, it was still nighttime, you know, in the morning time, but it was still dark. But, you know, we came back, it was late.
Right.
So I'm thinking I'm going to at least get about $100.
But you got to think about it, man. You talking about, you know, early 90s or late 80s. You know, $25 was good. $25 was good. Go get you some big league chew. And you straight.
Yeah, man. But you know, man, hey, I wanted some kicks.
Right.
I didn't want them big baller brand though, man. But
Oh, no, please, not big baller brand. Oh, man, that's crazy.
yeah, man. Yeah, like I said, man, hey, I'm satisfied with the decision all those guys made. You know?
And with this, it makes me wonder, you know, who else is going to come out and decide to opt out for the season.
Yeah. I know the NFL, they gave them a deadline, which was Thursday. So they had to sign a little documentation saying that they was going to opt out.
Right.
And once you sign the documentation, you can't come back none this season.
Right.
You know, regardless if your team is having a marvelous season, make it all the way to the playoffs, you can't come back.
Right.
So
Yeah, see, I don't know if college football even have a deadline. You know, because right now, I only know of just 4 players that decided to opt out. Now, I know there's a lot of conferences that's like the MAC that decided not to have a season at all.
yeah,
So, I mean, that, to me, that taking my decision away from me.
yeah,
Because now I don't have a choice.
Right.
I'm not playing.
right.
And I would be highly upset about that.
Yeah, I feel that too.
I mean, I understand the reason. You know what I'm saying? You're looking out for us, you know, safety-wise with the COVID-19 and everything. But, I mean, some of these players, man, it's like this is their last shot to try to, you know,
Yeah.
make it to the league.
Yeah. And I just feel bad for those seniors,
Exactly.
Put all that work in and all season, coming in thinking that,
Man, 3 years, man, you just been pushing and grinding, and you done got yourself to where you want to be, where you starting to be on, NFL teams' radar, and then here you go, you see senior seats, and you don't have it.
Yeah, that's tough, man. And I saw UConn cancel their football season completely. But as if they ever had a football season anyway.
Yeah.
They I don't watch UConn football.
Yeah.
So I guess they did everybody a favor by canceling their season.
Now, the only conferences that I know of as of right now, they're just going to just 10 conference game schedule is the SEC. I think the Big Ten and the ACC.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're doing 10 games or not, but I know they're just doing conference games.
Conference only.
And when I look at some of these SEC schedules that was released Thursday on, them adding the extra 2 conference games, I got an issue, especially with Alabama.
Let me hear it, bro. Let me hear it.
Now, of course, they play Tennessee every year anyway. And, Tennessee ain't came close to doing anything with Alabama. And I think the rotating game was Georgia for this season. So now that they done announced this new schedule, where they added 2 more, teams from the opposite division, Alabama got Kentucky and Missouri.
Okay.
Now, how is that fair compared to Arkansas? Which Arkansas got Tennessee this year, and they got Missouri, but they done drew Florida and Georgia.
Wow.
That's brutal.
Yeah, man.
And not only that, Missouri, they were supposed to play Arkansas and Mississippi State, but they done drew Alabama and LSU as the extra 2 division games. Now, Missouri supposedly got a new head coach. I think Arkansas got a new head coach. This brutal.
Yeah.
And then Tennessee, of course, like I said, they was playing Alabama anyway. And then they got Arkansas, but then they 2 additional games is Texas A&M and Auburn. That's going to be tough.
Yeah. But that SEC is tough anyway, man. So
that's going to be tough for them.
Yeah.
Because the way I look at it, as far as, Tennessee standpoint, you play Florida, Georgia, Alabama, now Texas A&M and Auburn. So there's 5 teams that's in the top 15 that you finna play this year.
Yeah, man. They gonna have to run that gauntlet like LSU did.
Now, Tennessee, is, some of y'all that don't know, I am a Tennessee Vol fan. And, yes, we are starting to, come up a little bit. But that schedule right there, ooh-wee.
Yeah, that is brutal.
That's going to be tough. That's going to be tough.
And
we can come away, you might well put an L by Alabama. I mean, no, I ain't no, one of these Tennessee Vol fans that ain't, outside of reality. You put that L by Alabama. Because we ain't beat them in, over 10 years? Now, we did go into Auburn 2 years ago and beat them when they was ranked. I want to say they was probably ranked somewhere between 10 and 15.
Yeah.
Okay. We played Texas A&M probably 3 or 4 years ago, maybe 3. and it was at Texas A&M, and we fell short on that one. But that we were still rebuilding then when Butch Jones was there. So if they want to, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, get back to being that dominant school as they were, and they're gonna have to come out with some wins.
Yeah, they're gonna have to run that gauntlet, man.
So,
you know, that's what you want, man. You want the top, the best of the best.
Right. And you know, I'm not shying away from the fact that, yeah, we do need to play these top teams because, you know, as of right now, according to ESPN, you know, Tennessee got the number 3 recruiting class. Yes, so sir. you want to win these games to show your recruits, hey, you know, you coming to something that's growing, and we gonna be something big if y'all come join us.
Yeah.
But if we go 0-5 with these games,
I don't see that happening, man. I said the SEC is tight anyway, so any given Saturday, you know, somebody could be beat in the SEC. So I don't see y'all going 0-5.
Right, and I hope not, because outside of playing Vanderbilt and South Carolina and Kentucky, and of course Arkansas, I mean, and Missouri, of course, you know, we can win those 5 games. But if you lose those 5 ranked games, you know, that's 5-5.
Yeah, 500.
So you taking a step backwards.
Yeah, but you know, like I said, man, y'all got some talent out there at UT. So
yeah, we most definitely got some talent.
Yeah, so I don't see y'all going 0-5, man. I don't. And you know, I'm a Hurricane fan, so you know, we got the number 10 ranked recruiting class. So yeah. Yeah, we got the 10 ranked class, man. Hey, we've been down too, man, for a long, long time, you know. But yeah, I'm just I actually think that this season was gonna be pretty good for them. So we got to play Florida State like we do every year. They actually moved that game up to like the 3rd week. So
y'all play Clemson too this year, right?
I think so. Let me pull that schedule up because I know they made some changes to their schedule, the whole ACC.
Well, while you checking that, I can, you know what I'm saying, just
they
go over. Y'all do play Clemson?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, that's what I want, man. Hey, we want the best of the best, man. That's how you measure what you got.
Now, according to ESPN, you know, they preseason ranking, you got, of course, Clemson number 1. Do y'all play at Clemson or is it at the?
Yeah, this is at Clemson, Death Valley.
Yeah, that's L.
Hey.
You know, you got Clemson number 1, Ohio State number 2, you know, Alabama 3, Georgia 4, LSU 5. So that's 3 SEC teams in the top 5. Then Oklahoma 6, which, you know, Tennessee was supposed to play Oklahoma this year at Oklahoma.
And I think y'all would have beat the brakes off them, man.
Yeah, because, you know, they got a new quarterback and, you know, they lost, you know, CD Lamb, and I think all the other receivers is hurt. So it would have been an interesting game, but you know, as of right now, it don't even matter.
Yeah.
And then you got Penn State 7, Florida 8, Oregon 9, and Notre Dame 10. Auburn 11, Wisconsin 12, Texas A&M 13, Texas 14, Michigan 15, Oklahoma State 16, USC 17, Minnesota 18, North Carolina 19, Utah 20, Central Florida 21, Cincinnati 22, Iowa 23, Virginia Tech 24, and Iowa State 25. So with that, I mean, like I said, Tennessee got 5 teams in the top 15, top 13. You know, Michigan, I don't even know what to say about old Harbaugh.
Oh, man. I'm glad you brought him up. I'm glad you brought him up.
What Harbaugh do?
Man. You know, there's a saying in every hood in America. Snitches get stitches.
Mm-hmm.
This clown, man, actually threw the Ohio State coach Ryan Day up on the bus about some allegations, man.
Oh, really?
Oh my goodness. Dude, you can't even beat these folks, man. You know,
Yeah, because he hadn't beaten them since he been there, right?
Right. And hey, it's not been a real close game either. I mean, we ain't talking about losing by a field goal, man. These folks been blowing the doors off their ass,
been
man.
Smashing their ass.
So you going and sleeping in people's tree houses, recruiting folks, but then you want to get on these people about how they operate, man. Hey, you need to figure out a way how you gonna beat these folks, man.
Right, and Michigan been having pretty good recruiting classes. I mean, but I don't know, man. It's just
See, now this the knock with Harbaugh. You know, even when he was with the Niners, man, you can't win a big game. You know, your bark is worse than your bite. You know, you a rah type coach, man. We gonna fire them up and get the guys out there, but then when they get out there and get their ass handed to them, you look like you don't know what you're doing. You look lost.
yeah. And you know, mostly, you know, they try to give you time to get your own players in, so it won't be no excuses. But he been there for a minute now.
Yes, he have, and he's getting paid quite handsomely. And so with all this money they done invested in you, giving you everything that you need, man, you can't even win our conference, man.
Are they in the same division with Ohio State? And
No, they not in the same division, but you know they still got to play each other every year. Though it always come down to them for to win that conference though majority of the time.
okay.
And so you ain't showed nothing for it, man. You go to bowl games and get blowed out in bowl games.
Yeah, that sucks. And that's supposed to be going to just doing conference games as well. So
Yeah. So they actually moved their game up. So, they finna play early on in the season too. So they playing like October 24th. So this will actually be the first time they done played this early since 1942.
oh.
So
So it won't be the last game of the season.
So, the way I'm looking at it is, whether it be the first game of the season, last game of the season, or even the seventh game of the season, Harbaugh gonna get his ass handed to him.
Oh, you know what? They are in the same division.
Oh,
Yeah, they in the division with, let's see, Ohio State, Penn State, Michigan State. Yeah, Wisconsin and Minnesota and Iowa and Nebraska, they all in the other division. So, yeah, that says a lot. You can't even win your division, let alone the conference.
see what I'm saying? Oh, man, he had these folks pumped up every year, man, and just disappoint these folks.
Wow. And I most definitely thought that, you know what I'm saying, especially after Urban Meyer retired, that, Michigan was going to take their next step
I
and,
did too.
at least win the division. Even if they didn't win the Big Ten, at least win the division. And now, this coach, Ryan Day, he still got the pedal, to the metal. and Harbaugh still hadn't beat them.
No.
So when you let a coach that come in and still keep the thing going with Ohio State beating Michigan, I mean, that says a lot.
It does. It does. Man, if you look at it, every big time game that Harbaugh been in at Michigan never works out in his favor, man.
So you think he on the hot seat?
He should be.
You think so?
Be. I mean, yeah, he should be. He should be. I mean, hey, unless you just content with just, the wolf tickets he's selling.
Yeah, because after a while, I mean, them teams, the people in Michigan, the fans, they gonna get tired of just, it ain't the losing. You losing to your rival.
Yes.
You losing to Ohio State.
Yes.
I think they'd be happy if they just went 1-12, as long as that one win was against Ohio State.
Yeah.
So, I mean, come on.
Yeah, man. I say he should be. I mean, me personally, if I'm a AD or whatever, I want banners, man. I want banners. I want to go to the playoffs. I want to play in the national championship game and all that. I don't want to be content with just, hey, we Michigan.
Right.
That's good enough for me. No, man. If you ain't playing or coaching to win championship, then what the hell are you doing in the business?
Right. You're right about that.
Maybe Harbaugh need to stop snitching on folk and, go and do some coaching drills or something, man.
Well, according to, ESPN, Michigan is ranked number 11. So, I mean, and that's higher than Georgia, that's higher than Texas, that's higher than Oklahoma and Auburn, Florida State, which, in my opinion, I don't know what happened to Florida State. Now, they got Memphis' old coach, Mike Norvell. Yeah, now, Mike Norvell offense, they going to put up some numbers, his system.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if he have the players to, put up the numbers he did in Memphis, but if he don't get that defense together, because all them games when when Memphis was playing Central Florida, and they was up and Central Florida coming back and winning and stuff because your defense ain't where it needs to be as far as getting stops and shutting folks down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, woo. I mean, now, they did your brother Willie Taggart, you know what I'm saying? In my opinion, they did him wrong. I mean, 2 seasons.
Yeah, they did.
And they fired him because he was losing to Miami. So, if they fired him in 2 seasons because he was losing to Miami, then, Harbaugh most definitely need to be gone.
I'm telling you.
Because he ain't how long he been there, 5 years?
Yeah. 5 years. Over against them. But this don't surprise me at all, because when he was coaching the Niners, every big game that we had with Seattle, we got our ass handed to us. He was the coach. So I'm seeing a trend.
Wow.
Like maybe the moment be too big for him or something, man. They pump these games up all week long, good bulletin board material. And, when it's time to play, man, his team, like, they don't show up in the moment.
Yeah, for you to be considered, one of the best coaches, not just in college, but the NFL as well, and, you can't win the big one.
Yeah, man.
I mean, that says a lot.
So, maybe it got something to do with his personality, man. He rub people the wrong way a lot of times. So when he play these guys, they already be amped up for him. So, maybe they feel like, we going to make your shit up.
Wow. Harbaugh, I mean, come on now. You got to step your game up.
Yeah, man. So you can't even blame the players, man, because you getting recruits, as you just mentioned. He got the number 11 recruiting class coming next year. So, man.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say about that.
Yeah.
I need to find out what kind of recruiting class he got coming in this season.
That's a good point.
That's what I need to find out.
I bet you it was a high-ranking one, though. I bet you it was. Whatever you got in your pocket and whatever our audience out there got in their pocket, I bet you it was a good recruiting class.
Oh. Well, I hope it ain't that bad. Well, let's take a look and find out.
Yeah, man, but he definitely gonna have to, make some changes, man. Start with himself.
Right. And that's crucial.
Yeah.
I mean, if you getting the players and you're not, producing on the field, I mean, it starts, like you said, at the top.
Yep. Like I said, he's getting paid good now. He ain't making no chump change. Yeah, I don't know where he ranks as far as college coaches pay-wise, but I wouldn't have bet he in the top 5.
Yeah. Yeah, he, because who's the highest coach right now? Is it Saban?
And rightfully so. Rightfully so.
He deserved that.
Absolutely. Man, hey, I watched this guy, man. It's like he's a machine. No game is too big for him.
Right. And when they lose, he be pissed.
Yeah. I know last year in the playoff they lost, convincingly, but you don't get them too much from him.
Right. It's like every time they do lose, like in the playoff or something like that, the next year is like championship.
Yep.
Okay. So last year, Michigan was
number 11.
Number 11.
Hey, I told you. You getting the talent.
Right.
So, yeah, I got to put you on that wall, Harbaugh.
Yeah, that's something serious.
Yeah.
And if you look at Clemson, they was number 1 last year. I think they somewhere in the top 3 this year. Mm-hmm. And you see the difference.
Yep.
Okay, they number 4 this year as of right now.
Yeah.
I mean, they can easily change.
Yeah.
But, you seeing what they doing. Mm-hmm. 3 championships. Games in 3 seasons.
Yeah. Yep. But hey, if that's what Michigan like, hey, I love it, man.
I ain't my team, so I ain't worried about it.
Yeah, buddy.
But some gonna have to give sooner or later.
Sure is.
Or you gonna be gone. Because I know Auburn's coach was on the hot seat for a minute until they beat Alabama last year.
Yeah.
So,
but he got a championship, though.
Yeah, but that was 2010.
I know. But he got one. Harbaugh ain't.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, you around here like he just a championship winning coach, man.
And the only championship that he got is what? Do he got any championship?
I don't think so.
Was he on the team with the Birds in '85?
No.
So he ain't got nothing.
Not a zip. Goddamn thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
So basically, he's living off of just taking San Francisco to the Super Bowl.
Pretty much.
And they ain't got nothing to show for it.
He coached at Stanford. He had Andrew Luck. They didn't win no national championship.
That's right. Sure did.
So he had players everywhere he been, but he just can't close the deal.
Did he have any Pac-12 championships?
I think he may have got one with Andrew Luck.
Damn, Harbaugh.
But hey, I don't count them.
Wow.
Yeah, man. And the brother out there, what's his name? Shaw, the coach out there.
Oh, I'm talking about this at Stanford.
At Stanford, yeah. I mean, once Harbaugh left to come to the Niners, that brother kept the show going.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, but I'm not even sure if he even had the same kind of talent outside of McCaffrey.
Right.
But I don't know. Stanford is more of an academic school than just straight up, putting, athletics first.
Yeah.
They putting classwork first. So
Yeah. Hey, but they were paying this dude to coach though.
right.
Regardless of the academics, I'm sure they didn't bring him in to teach history.
Right. You're right about that.
Yeah. So yeah, we gonna have to put Harbaugh on the wall, man.
So do you think that, Miami's coach is going to take y'all to the next level?
You would have to go that route when you.
Hey, the people want to know. It's not me, it's the people.
Yeah, hey, honestly, man, I think he gonna do real good. I like, he saw what he was doing wrong last season, and he, fired coaches, and that's what you do, man. You're not producing. You got to go. We got shit out in the bowl game to La Tech.
Oh, my God.
La Tech, man.
I did see that.
La Tech. This the you we talking about now. Man, this brand is known all over the country.
Yes, I remember watching that ball game, and I really didn't believe what I was looking at.
Man, I couldn't either. I'm like, man, I know I had a few drinks that day, man. I'm like, is my vision deceiving me?
But you know what I think what y'all problem has been is quarterback play.
Right.
Y'all ain't had that quarterback that, that's going to take y'all where y'all need to go because, you got, weapons on the outside. You got your running game. Your defense is tight, but y'all just ain't had that quarterback.
Yeah. So we got the transfer from Houston, the Derek King guy.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So, you put up some nice numbers at Houston. So
yeah, because I remember when they played, I want to say who was that Houston had played and he shined. Was it Florida State?
I know he had when they played Memphis, he played real good.
I had to go back and look that up, but yeah, it was like one of them early games, and he cut up. And I think last season he redshirted or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, he a good quarterback. But is he gonna be the one that take y'all to the next level?
That remains to be seen, man. I'm crossing my fingers. I hope so.
So how many years? Is he a senior or?
Yeah, this it. He won and done after this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, I'm rooting for him, man. I'm ready to break out my youth stuff again. Well, I was still wearing it anyway. But.
Right. And I'm a fan of the youth. You know what I'm saying? They put a lot of talent in the NFL.
Yeah.
And especially in those years where, what was that, like 2001, 2001, 2003?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I was dominant.
Yeah, man.
Dominant.
Yeah, that was a powerhouse,
But y'all had to recoup from that probation.
Yep. And see, then another thing that hurt us quite a bit was we let all these other schools come into our backyard and get all the top talent.
Right.
So I like what Ed Reed is doing out there. He
Right.
has a position with the Hurricanes.
Right.
And in one of his first interviews, he was like, all these other schools that come in our backyard, this shit ain't happening no more.
Right. I did see that interview, And he right.
Yeah.
He...
And it's starting to pay dividends now, man. I mean, I'm looking at the recruiting class that, we got coming in next year. Right now we sitting at number 10.
Mm-hmm.
So, I take it.
Right. Because, Miami is just so much talent just in the city alone.
It is.
And for other schools like Florida State to come in, and even Central Florida.
Yeah.
To come in and pull, players out of the city like that when you got the brand, the main school right there, right up the street from you.
And not just those schools, man. We had schools like USC and Alabama coming in, you know, grabbing folks.
Yeah.
You know, so we got to get that back, man.
Yeah.
That shit ain't flying no more.
So, yeah, once y'all get that established, you know, and it's good that Ed Reed did go back.
Yeah.
You know, and I know it's a couple of Miami players, former players that are like high school head coaches in the area as well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, you got to use that connect to.
Absolutely.
You know, hey, that's how it was when I was there. You know, y'all can start your own thing and, you know, bring us back.
Yeah. You know, you invented swag, man. Yeah, speaking of swag, man, did you ever check out that 30 for 30 with USC?
30 for 30 with USC?
Yes. Man, look, them some Hurricanes want to be. They hear Reggie Bush and them, you know, they 30 for 30 was, if you close your eyes, you were sweating down. That was part 3 of the Hurricanes, 30 for 30. I said, man, these cats, man, riding, man.
USC had their years, you know, during the Reggie Bush time, but I mean, it'll never compare to Miami. You know what they did from the 80s all the way to 2000.
Right, and then on top of that, you know, they had the little poll that came out early part of this year, the greatest team ever, and you know they picked Texas with Vince Young now. Man, if they would have played the Hurricane, man, they'd have got their ass handed to them quite nicely. Man, we had so much firepower that year, man.
Right.
Man, you had Kellen Winslow was a bag up, man.
Right. Yeah.
Man, Sean Taylor was a bag up.
I feel that y'all got cheated.
Oh, man.
In 2003 against Ohio State.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like y'all got cheated, you know what I'm saying, with the bogus pass interference or whatever it was. That was garbage.
Oh, man. I watched that play so many times, I still don't see no.
That was garbage.
Straight garbage.
That hurt, though.
Yeah. Yep. Because, man, them guys weren't nowhere near as good as the Hurricanes.
Right. And you can tell, you know, after that, because y'all went into overtime, right? Mm-hmm. That, you know, after y'all was running around celebrating that y'all won, and then you see this flag, you know, you can't recover from that.
No, man, it's hard to get back in that mode.
You can't recover from that. I mean, in my mind, we just won, and now you telling me, we got to go to overtime because it was a pass interference or some garbage like that. You know, like,
right.
And it showed on the field.
It did.
It showed on the field, so.
It did. Yeah, well, can't win them all, I guess.
Yeah, you're right.
But, if you don't mind, man, I'd like to switch this back over to the NFL for a moment.
Yeah, no doubt.
Washington football team.
Okay. Yeah, because we don't know what their name going to be right now. Right. So, yeah, just the Washington football team.
Yeah. You know, I always known them as the Redskins, so it's going to be kind of hard.
And you know what's crazy is that when I was younger, I always thought that was a black dude.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't really know what the Redskins really was until I got a little older. Yeah. But when I was a kid, I was like, oh, it's a black team. They got on the helmet, you know, a black guy, you know, and that's what I thought. Yeah. And now it didn't make me want to be a Redskins fan, but, you know, I did think that the Redskins was, the mascot was black.
Yeah, well, the image on that helmet do look like a black-skinned man, so.
So what you got with the team from Washington?
Well, this guy, Darius Geis.
Okay.
You know, some of y'all probably remember him, running back from LSU. He got cut yesterday.
Why he get cut?
The reason being, he got domestic violence charges against him.
Wow.
Man, how times are now, man, you know you can't be doing this.
So let's see. So this would have been his third season in the league.
Yes.
So you didn't had 2 ACL injuries.
Yes.
Your first 2 seasons.
Yes.
And now you coming into your third season and you get cut because of domestic abuse.
Absolutely. Man, you know, me personally, you know, I don't have any respect for nobody putting hands on a woman, man.
Yeah.
You know, I understand, you know, in the heat of the moment, things can happen, but you got to be the bigger person and just walk away sometime.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, because, dude, I'm telling you, man, you put your hand on these women, man, nothing good's going to come back behind it.
Right. Right.
So, you know.
And it's crazy because you constantly see this.
Yeah, yeah.
And yet and still, because it was a Tennessee player, exact same thing. Even though, you know, when the charges was dropped against him. Mm-hmm. But still, you 6'7", 300 pounds, you can't be putting your hands on these women like that. You know what I'm saying?
And see.
Because you a target.
Absolutely. And, you know, I'm looking at it from this perspective. You know, I have a wife, I have a mother, I have a sister. Mm-hmm. And, you know, just the thought of a dude putting hands on them.
Right.
I got a problem with that, man.
Right.
I'm going to come see you.
Right.
Real talk.
Right. And it, like I said, it constantly happens. And these guys, man, they just lose control, and it's not no way to coming back from that.
Nah.
You know, you can sit here and apologize, and you know, like Ray Rice,
yeah,
he never recovered from that.
No. Man,
you know, his whole NFL career was over.
Yeah, man, you won't be able to recover from it. And man, I'm sure you feel the same way I do, man. You got a wife, you got a daughter, so
right.
You know. And the thought of somebody laying hands on either one of them, man, gonna send you out the woo.
Man, I'm going to jail.
Yeah.
Man, I'm going to jail. It's just simple as that.
As men, man, you know, we better than that.
Yeah, you know, you have to show restraint. Yep. True enough, it's hard, especially when, you know, if she, you know, provoking you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And you know, you're going to be like, oh, ain't nobody finna punk me, this, that, and whatever. But you already know what the end result going to be.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So just, you know what I'm saying, just walk away. And, you know, if she blocking the door or whatever the case to keep you from leaving, because I didn't, you know, heard stuff like that happen with certain players. Mm-hmm. You know, you just got to find some way, man, to just eliminate yourself out that situation.
There you go. There you go. And like you said, man, those guys targets because they're athletes. You know, they're making all this money.
Right.
So. Because
at the end of the day, we're not going to know the woman's name, but we most definitely going to know your name.
Yes, sir.
Because you know, in the public, you know, spotlight, you know, college, you know, NFL, even high school.
Yeah, yeah.
Just can't do it, man. You got to walk away.
Walk away. It's the best thing.
Right.
For all parties.
Exactly.
So, you know, hopefully, you know, he can get himself together or whatever, but, you know, I'm not sure if he'll be playing another down in the NFL.
No, I don't think he probably going to play this year.
No, I know most definitely not this year.
Yeah, he ain't going to play this year, so.
I'm thinking long term, you know, he may not be playing again.
Yeah.
You know, stranger things has happened. You know, you got Dallas lurking around, so they'll pick up anybody. I'm going to stop taking shots at y'all, man. I'm going to stop taking shots at y'all.
All right, everybody. That's our show for today. Like I said, you can hit us up on Twitter, Facebook. You know, give us, you know, y'all opinions and what y'all think. And until next time, y'all be safe out here.
And take it light. Peace.